Yo, YouTube. It's your boy McLavish, and we back at it with another video, man. Peace, prosperity, and power. Mind, body, and soul. Listen, man. You see it right over here. That follower goal. We keep moving up. We keep going. You see these socials, hit me on any one of these, man. We tapped in. I would love to hear that perspective and that knowledge that you guys continue to provide. I appreciate all that support and good energy when it comes to things. I appreciate it. We teed up over here, man, and I appreciate everybody who decides to come through and support me. For real. That just keeps me on my grind, keeps me motivated, even though I don't like motivation, because I know what I want. Keeps me passionate about my passion. And that's gonna lead us right into this video, man. Which today is, let's just talk about what led me into this video and the overall grand scheme of this. Right. So for the past 2 days, I've been having this interaction with this woman at my job. And she was talking about how she felt as though she didn't know herself. She didn't know what she liked in life. She didn't know what her purpose was or things like that. And I'm pecking away at the computer, but conversations like that are really what I'm about. So I lock in and I just listen to her speak for a while. And you can really tell a person by how they A, view the world, B, view themselves, C, carry themselves, D, the purpose that they have in life. Those things. These are the things that you can really tap into and gain some insight and gain maybe a lesson from another person's perspective. That's how I see it, right? I always take a spiritual lesson from the day, and you'll see me say that later on. So, first and foremost, man, let's go ahead and talk about what I heard from her. She was basically like, I don't know what I like in life anymore. The things I've tried, the things that have gone on, I don't really like anymore. So I was like, okay. So we're sitting there, we're having this conversation. The first thing I asked her, well, what is it that you like to do? She says, I don't know. So I go, okay. Interesting, right? So I asked her, what is it as a child that you like to do? She was like, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I really like doing, knitting and all this kind of older woman stuff. And I was like, okay, so what happened to be able to cause you to fall off all of that? And she said she didn't know. And then I asked her, I took a moment to assess, and I asked her, I was like, so what is it? What is it in your life that you find purpose in? What is it that you like? I don't know. So I proceeded to ask her, well, who are you? And she said, I don't know. So this is for the people who continue to question themselves and continue to question their purpose in life, right? I find it interesting to pick the brains of people who really don't have that, because to me it sounds crazy to not have your purpose and your passion. You know what I'm saying? Because you only live, this is one life, right? You only live this one life, and you should play the best game of life that you can. We're all born to die. We're all born to die, right? So why is it that you don't try to be the best version of yourself every single day? What is it? What are people fearful of about tapping into themselves, right? And that's the baseline, right? It's a fear of change, a fear of not understanding these things, and then people get to overthinking. And like I said in my last video, overthinking leads you to analysis paralysis. And that doesn't allow you to, it leads you to inaction and not following through with your plan, right? So I got this video for y'all today, man. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, right? And this is a video of me calling into a podcast, right? And for what happens is, right, I'm going to compare the person previous to me, right, the questions he's asked, right, compared to mine. And the question I want to ask you to while in the video is this: what is the purpose? Okay, what is the purpose of the question, right? So we're gonna tap right into it, man. We're gonna get right into it. I don't want to hold y'all for too long, man. So let's get right into it, man. This is a W video for sure. So let's get right into it, man. And what you gonna see here, we got two brothers, right? We got two brothers right here. And you got the older guy right here. He's gonna play the bad cop role, and this guy's going to go play more of a good cop dynamic. Okay. So what you gonna see, right? First caller, the one before me, is basically a younger generation man. You know what I'm saying? I give him all the respect, because you don't really think about certain things when you're young, right? You don't really think about things like that. So, and you go through the flow. That's the biggest thing, right? You just going with the flow, especially when you're a young man and you really don't have your purpose, you're just discovering yourself and stuff like that. So I give all respect, and I'm humble about, listening to the younger generation, because, it takes a sort of mental aptitude to be able to guide the youth in a certain direction, right? To be able to improve themselves. So we're gonna tap into this video, and I want you to just think about this one question, which is, what is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of this question? What is his end goal? Okay.
Take risks, but guess what? You don't even see it
Turn
as
it up.
risks because you know it's more risky to do what you're doing now and live how you're living. This is what comes with your purpose, and you make that choice without a doubt when you know that's your purpose. You
Let me
understand
know
what
if
I'm
the
saying?
audio
And it's
good,
like
chat.
the whole analogy of that shit being calculus and you can't even count from 1 to 10 is literally that. Because if you don't know, you can't. Your purpose might literally be tied into not just your identity, but your upbringing, your experiences, what makes you you, and then you start to tie that into what you're willing to live for and die for, and what's important to you and why you know it that way. Because I'll give you an example. Let's say, somebody else who's transgender or something like that makes it their purpose to start advocating for transgender people's homelessness or in foster care, and that purpose can come from
What's up,
them
Bree? I
because that's
see
their
you.
personal life and experience and what they found is important to them.
Audio
The
good?
same
All
way
right,
a
bet.
big part of my purpose comes from where I come from, people that look like me, people that don't look like me, my experiences, my wisdom, and the type of insights I've got from my own pain, which innately makes me want to talk to others and change others. But it all came from me. The same way your purpose is going to come from.
People, how he's talking about his pain, because sometimes life is going to be your greatest teacher. Pain is going to be your greatest teacher. And don't be afraid of that change. Embrace it. Embrace the emotions and everything that comes with it. That's the real about it. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't, once they, experience this sense of pain, they kind of try to find their comfort zone again. Well, it's going to be a while, especially if you're grieving, if you're finding your comfort zone. And that, I feel like there's multiple lessons when you're grieving. Emotional intelligence, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with your emotions, learning to process your emotions. Way, man, I appreciate you for coming through, gang. I appreciate you. Love, man. Love for real. So what he's saying is you need to be able to, when you're going through stuff like that, well, how am I able to perceive and receive this sort of information now that I'm getting, all this pain that I'm getting? How would I go about this? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
From you. But it's like I said, it's trigonometry, and you still got to get through algebra 1, times
Yeah.
tables, and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just,
All right.
yeah, real quick, because we got
Yeah,
other
and then
calls.
my second.
All right, hurry up. What's
Oh,
your second question? Hurry up. What's your second question?
all right.
On
My
God,
second
way,
question
man.
was, all right. So when I got the girl over, like, cause I could get the number and I'm good with all that, but I can't change it like sexually. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't get to that point.
Look at how they are clowning this dude. Look at it. Look at how they clowning this dude. They playing around with him. And when I get on, watch how the dude on the right here, right? Look how he sits up because he recognizes. He's the whole point of this podcast that these dudes are going through is talking about being assertive, right? Being assertive when it comes to women, life, etc., right? Dealing with other people. I didn't come on here for that, but I realized that this is a podcast that I can tap into. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me move the chat box so we can actually see it, right? Let me move that over so we can actually see y'all, right? Wait, man, I appreciate you for coming through. Dallas, Bree, I appreciate y'all for coming through. For real. All right, let's get back into it.
Because you can't fuck. You don't know how to kiss. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know the first thing to do. Tell me something. When you see a woman at the door, what do you do first? Tell us. What do you do first? And I'm gonna tell you what I do.
When I say
Yeah, you okay? She's coming over. She knocks on the door. Knock, knock, knock. What are you doing?
Listen,
open it,
Okay, sell it to us. Sell it to yourself. What is the game
what do
plan?
you
What is the game plan? Is your game plan just opening the door? That's it?
no,
Okay,
nah.
what's the game plan?
It's wait a hold up.
You only got 10 more seconds. I gotta tell you mine real quick because we gotta move on. What's the game plan? Come on. Hey, wait, hold on. Wait. Let's talk. Wait, time out. Wait. Time out. What is 2 plus 2?
That's how you break it down.
Right, 4.
Okay, you answered that in like 1 second. Should have been 1.0.5. Okay. Now, tell us what is the plan when she knocks at the door?
I'm gonna open him and then I'm gonna take it to like what I need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And you see why she's gonna be at my house? Because
I'm gonna open it and do what it do. So here's the end goal for him, right? Here's the end goal for him, right? Unc was trolling all night. I swear to you, Unc was trolling. He was talking to all these dudes and he was just humbling them in a disrespect. Right? Here's young brother's his goal, right? But he's not taking the steps in between to reach the goal, right? He's just thinking about the destination. This man expects when he go in, he's just gonna open the door and she's just gonna drop her pants. Like what, bro? What are the steps you're going to take in order to get to your end of this destination, right? And watch how I break this down. What are the goals in life that you want to get to reach the end goal in your journey? What are the small goals every single day, the brick by brick foundation that you use every single day to get to your end goal, right? Let's keep going.
What I'm going to do when she opens the door, I'm going to look her up and down. I'm going to smile at her. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her and twirl her around, take my left hand, bring her around her hip, bring her up close to me where my cheek rails up against hers. Then I'm going to whisper how sexy she smells, how good she looks, and how nice she feels in my arms. Then I'm going to take my hand from my left and grab my left and grab her hand and walk her the fuck in. And then when I walk her in, I'm going to make sure as soon as she gets past the doorway, I'm going to say, oh yeah, I forgot. Grab her hips, let her ass close the door, and go in for the kiss. Now, who's...
Is that a game plan or what? He's preparing the steps in between to get to the end goal. What steps are you taking in between to get to the end goal? What is your purpose? Who are you? These are the questions you need to ask yourself if you find yourself struggling to reach an end goal. These are the questions that I was trying to get her to think about. I was asking her why in this interaction. Why is it that you don't know what you want to do in life? Why is it that? Okay, let's keep going.
What else do you think she's going to be going over, bro?
Mine?
Okay, yeah, that's she is.
Mine? Bro, she going to come, Unc finna have her rearranged and she going to come back to your house with her hair messed up. You know what I'm saying? She done forgot her purse at Unc crib. She said she got to go back for round 3 and 4. She gonna come to your house, eat some food, and slide. Sleep in your bed, and you ain't gonna get nothing. Yeah, she gonna come to your house. Yeah, you gonna be the simp that night.
You're right.
If she forgot something.
she forgot my condoms. Yo, man, we gotta grab these other cars, man. Yeah, she gonna go over your house week. All right, here we get this.
All right, so before we get into this, right, watch how I come on the call. Compared to that last person, watch how I come on the call, watch how assertive I am and humble it is. Unc done stole this lady for real. Unc done stole her. She gone, bruh. You see what I'm saying? Unc got the game plan. He know his end goal and he know what steps he's gonna take in order to get there, right? So what is it that you're going to do in your journey in order to get to the end goal, the end destination? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going, right? Like I said, remember this question. What is the purpose? Watch how I get on here. You should be able to tell the difference almost instantaneously. Let's keep going.
This next call, right? 470, come on, guys. 470-404 next. 470, what's your question, man? What's up? Hurry, you got to make it fast, man. What's your question?
Hey, what's going on, brother? First and foremost, I appreciate you for putting me on to this podcast. Dojo to the Moon, Man Mindset, it's extra. It's phenomenal, man. I appreciate y'all for putting me on, man.
Nervous? No. Confident? Yes. Why? Because I know my purpose. I know to value myself. Not going on here. Last dude was struggling to answer his question, right? Keep going.
Question I got today, first and foremost, is I work in a high stress situation. I see it as a mental training ground for me personally. And I want to see how do y'all maintain being present minded and maintaining, like I heard y'all talking about, overstanding. And what I see from Ty is more like a systems theory, understanding how all those pieces come in together.
What is the purpose? What is the purpose? You got to know. You see the different questions that I'm asking compared to the last dude? What I need to be worried about a female for? I'm worried about bettering myself, right? Because the women, the money, the cars are all going to be intangibles of me working on this and this. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Why is it? You know, he's a young brother, so I understand. Maybe he hasn't found his purpose yet. But you see the difference in the questions that I'm asking compared to the last dude. Check. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
How would y'all maintain that consciousness, awareness, and that balance when you're going through the day-to-day?
Well, are you maintaining your subsystems? Because your subsystem parts are not working. The system as a whole is going to fucking fail. So are you looking at your subsystem parts as as wholes or parts? Because if this is important. Because if you're looking at system parts as wholes, you fail. You got to look at those as parts to a bigger system. So you got to look at every part as an individual part that is going to function independently on its own. But when it comes together, it's something greater. So
what piece are you in the puzzle? What piece are you in the puzzle? Are you the piece that nobody wants to attach to because you're that soggy piece of the puzzle that's got an end chipped off and it's going to make the image a little nasty? Got an end chipped off, the edge chipped, it's a little soggy because somebody spilled something on it? Are you that motherfucking piece that's going to put the motherfucking puzzle together on some sturdy shit? Which piece are you? Let's keep going.
So you got to look deep again. T, this is going over their head. A lot of motherfuckers don't understand what we
listen. It's music, music to the choir, man.
You know what I'm talking about, but yeah.
And you peep out, he recognizes. He's like, you know what you're talking. You see what I'm saying? He's not talking. He's talking about the people in the chat who have been calling before me, talking about some females and shit. For what? For what? What's the purpose? What is the purpose? You see what I'm saying? He recognizes, yeah, you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
Go ahead,
nah, I got you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, but what are you doing? But I'm saying is, you're saying, how do you function? Then tell us, how do you function? We can't tell you how to function. You need to tell us how you function.
Right.
How do you function?
Right. I mean, I just live myself just like Todd. Just before this on, I move myself I have my morals, my ethics, my codes when it comes to things. So when it comes to stuff like that, I just, for me, I'm a very spiritual person. So I always try to find a lesson in the day-to-day grind. See if I can go back, reflect, and find something that I can learn from. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much how I live my day-to-day.
What is the purpose? Did you hear it or did you not? Fire Puma, can you react to your song? Maybe after the video, brother. I'm in the middle of a YouTube video. Let's get to it. What is the purpose, chat? To better myself. You gotta know with everything in you about your purpose. I didn't get on here asking about no female. For what? What is that gonna do for me and my end goal? What is the purpose? Let's keep rolling.
And if that works for you, what can we tell you?
Yeah, there's nothing we can say. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand where the question comes from because you already got it.
No, I think he was looking for either an efficient way to do it or a more effective way to understand it.
Yeah,
and,
Well, that's what I always say. I always tell my students to always look at the film room. One thing I always tell guys, look, go to Netflix, look up Fireplace, turn out all the lights, sit there and just go over your day. Go over your day, make the adjustments that you need to make, and that's how you're going to evolve. But you just got to know why you're making it. Don't just say I'm going to do it. Know the why. But you should always look at the film room at the end of the day. Always look at all the moves that you made and make the proper adjustments. So tomorrow you evolve to a new man. T, what do you have?
What lesson are you learning from the day? Do you give yourself time every day to learn yourself a lesson? Or do you go home? She says she go home and she watches TV every single day. Hey, Puma, I'm going to get to you, bro. We're just in the middle of a video, gang. What time are you giving yourself? She literally had told me that she goes home, watches TV, and that was it. Goes home, watch TV, watch, rinse, repeat. What are you living for? What are you living for? And that has to be an everyday discipline action on God. Meditation helps you grow on God. That mindfulness, that consciousness, and that awareness that I want to continue to grow, continue to evolve, continue to prosper, to not be complacent. Because a lot of people achieve success and then they just stop trying to achieve success. Success just doesn't stop when you achieve it for one time. There's more goals to hit. If this is you here, how do you get to be here? Those little goals, right? Chipping away to your purpose, right? Until y'all are like this, right? Till you're like this with your purpose. And then it's going to reset again. So you start chipping away again and chipping away again. And it's over and over and over every single day. You got to know. You got to know. Let's keep going.
Exactly that, because then what you'll start to find is that you get to this more perfected, more, hold on, snow bunnies in the hallway, man.
Oh, sorry, man.
More perfected, more refined. The key word is refined way of living, right? Because before we had a car, we used to be on horses. And we might have thought that was the fastest way to go around, and that was the shit for a time period or whatever the case may be.
Listen.
But now we have this more refined, more evolved, more depends on what kind of car it is, of getting around. So it's like now that you are in a vehicle right now. Are you riding a horse or are you driving a car? Are you in a Lamborghini or are you in a 1992 250,000 mile Honda? Or you know what I'm saying? What are you riding in? And if you don't start to listen to the sounds that your car makes when you drives it.
Are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? Are you having an honest conversation with yourself? Before horses, we walked. Yes, because we thought that was the most efficient way of travel. But guess what? We got to thinking and we figured some stuff out creatively. Then we had horses. And then the horses, we evolved to trains. And then from trains, we evolved to the first car. Then we enhanced the car. Now we got airplanes, private jets, spaceships. Evolution is key. It's within our nature to continue to innovate and evolve. So if you stay stuck in a place of complacency, what life are you living? What life are you living? You see what I'm saying? What is your purpose? Who are you? Just keep going.
Or if something's wrong, how will you ever fix that part, or how will you ever upgrade your vehicle? So a part of you that lets me know you're on the right track with that is that you're asking these questions.
Yeah, you are. And I think T probably got to go last.
And that's it. That's it. That was literally my podcast. Did they clown me? No. Did you see how Buddy sat up? All right, bet. We got a dojo member in this mug. Tap in. Because he know I'm about to provide something that most of these other colleges is not providing. Because I'm not here to just play patty cake with about a female. Last dude asked, one of these dudes in this podcast was asking, okay, a female months ago. Months ago. We're talking about a female from months ago, bruh. What you worried about somebody from months ago? Whether it's a man or a female. What you worried about a months? They literally stopped him right there. It was like, why are you wasting your time on somebody months ago? I come in here and I ask a real question. There's levels. Let's get back to the regular thing, man. So what I wanted to say, man, is, bruh, who are you and what is your purpose? You really got to do the work. Give me 1 second. Because I got the perfect example. Right? Like he said, you go home and you study. What are you studying? Yourself. You study your thoughts. Right? This is going to be your best friend. This is going to be your best friend in discovering yourself. So if you find yourself at a point, right?
A small price to pay for salvation.
Fire Puma, I appreciate you for the follow, gang. Follower goal going up. Appreciate you, gang. Spiritual laugh in the building, baby. Yes, sir. W follow. I appreciate you, gang. A small price to pay for salvation, baby. I appreciate you. Peace, prosperity, and power, brother. Mind, body, and soul. I appreciate you. I appreciate me, fellow woke, brother. I appreciate you, man. Let's get back to it, though. Check me out. Look at this. Detailed notes. What am I asking myself, right? So, let's say, right, we get back to this female, right? She says she doesn't know. Ooh, I like to follow notifications. I appreciate it, bro. Let's get back to the notes, though. Let's get back to the notes, right? So I asked her, right? Who are you? She says she doesn't know. That's good. That's good. Because now you're at the bottom. You got a baseline. So what is it that I've learned over the past, now that I know I don't know myself? What is it that I know about myself from my childhood that I like? What don't I like about myself? What don't I like about the world? What do I like about the world? What I don't like about people? What I like about people? And how can I change myself first in order to change the world? What is your purpose? What do you perceive about the world that you wish you could change? What do you perceive about yourself that you wish you could change? What is it? What is it? Who are you? Who are you? For real. What is it that you hope to achieve in this goal of life? What is it? You have to ask yourself these questions. So let me give you some notes from myself. The first question is, who am I? Watch this. I am not who my parents define me to be. Why is that the first thing I say? Because we realize that a lot of things that our parents do are just, their own personal perspective. And we just grew up to know our parents as our superheroes. And our parents decide to set expectations for us based on their own perspective, right? And that's no knock to our parents. But in order to be free from everybody else's expectations, the first thing you got to do is set your own. You need to have your own set of morals, codes, and ethics. I am not what society dictates me to be. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I am my own set of morals, codes, and ethics. Right? My own set. What I deem to be right and wrong. what I deem to carry myself in this regard, in this fashion. And I stand on that. I do not let anybody cross those morals, codes, and ethics. Why would I? I stand on that. It's good to be open-minded, but you need to have this foundation for yourself. You need it. If you're going to carry yourself in the world, you just need to have a sturdy foundation, because there's going to be some motherfuckers in this world. It's going to be some puppet masters pulling strings. You got to stand on it, because they're going to try to pick and prod at the bear. How big is your bear? How big is your bear? How sturdy is the foundation you stand on? How sturdy is it? Can it just be washed away by a landslide? Some wind blowing and it is falling over? Somebody say something about you and you ready to fight? Giving them an emotional response and control over your life? What's up with you, bruh? That's how you want to live? Based off what other people say about you? I don't seek external validation, bruh. I know what I stand on. Death before dishonor. Evolution over all. Intellect over emotions. Peace, prosperity, and power. Mind, body, and soul. You hear me say this every single video. Because I stand on it. I'm willing to die for it. That is my purpose. To die for the things I've laid and stand upon. Let's keep going. Now this is me challenging myself, right? This is me challenging myself at this point. What are your morals, codes, and ethics? And then I break it down. What are these things that I stand upon? And those are the things I read to you, right? Peace, prosperity, and power. Mind, body, and soul. Death before dishonor. Evolution over all. Intellect over emotions. I stand on it. I stand on that. Let's keep going. As I continue to write down my notes, right? Because what you do at home when nobody's around truly tells you about yourself. What you do when nobody's around and that self-integrity that you have is the true version of you. The truest of you. Your thoughts, the way you respond to yourself, how you carry yourself when you're alone. It all translates into how you carry yourself out there. It's real. Let's go, right? Morals, codes, and ethics. Now watch this next question. What is it that you hope to achieve and obtain in relation to these morals, codes, and ethics? You see how I'm challenging my own thoughts? You see why I say your notebook is going to be your best friend? Because you have to have an open interpretation and challenge your own thoughts. You have to challenge your own thoughts, right? Watch my answer. I believe that by having a strong, spiritually evolved foundation, it further enhances the possibilities of a well-polished and manufactured lifestyle. I hope to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. I achieved generational wealth in my family. And I list these according to the importance. I've got 5 of them. Number 1, pass down a legacy worth speaking of to my descendants. Number 2, to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. To be a bridge between the spiritual and physical realm. To inspire others to be better versions of themselves. I stand on that. I stand on my goals. This all aligns me with my purpose. And I had to ask myself who I was in order to get there. What is right for wrong for me? What are my morals, codes, and ethics? What are my goals in relation to this foundation? And then you list them out. And then you go back and challenge them. Well, why is it? Right? This book right here, right? The 12 Universal Laws of Success. by Dr. Herbert Harris. A good book of introspection if you want to look into it, right? Chapter 3, I'm pretty sure. Chapter 3 talks about your vision, your goal, your purpose in life. Law of change, law of vision. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. All right. When you have no vision of where you want to go with your life, you will be miserable and fail to achieve a better life. Your vision of the life you would like to experience must be crystal clear in your mind. See vision in great detail. Internalize your vision through your senses. Know how it looks, feels, smells, sounds, and tastes. You gotta know. What have I been saying? You gotta know every aspect of it. You gotta write it down. You gotta envision it to see it through when nobody else sees it. I feel it in my skin. I get goosebumps thinking about it. That's how bad you gotta want it. If I put you underwater and you're about to drown, you gotta want it like it's that next breath. That's passion. That's purpose. What is it that you would do if it was illegal? What's something that you would do and continue to do if it was illegal? Ask yourselves these questions. You feel me? Alright, man. This your boy McLavish. Coming up on 36 minutes, man. I just wanted to drop this, man, because I really wanted to get it from my experience, and this is what I see. What lessons are you taking in order to improve yourself? Or are you focused on improving yourself? Are you listening to the automobile? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about my camera, but the message is more important. The impact is more important. The legacy I leave behind is more important than the visual. Are you listening? You feel me? I appreciate everybody who's in the chat right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, stand on what you believe in. Peace, prosperity, and power. Mind, body, and soul. Death before dishonor. Intellect over emotions. Mind over matter. This your boy McLavish, man, and we out this time. What's going on, YouTube? I'm here to stay. That's a W video. Now I gotta go back and edit that shit. I gotta go back and edit that. It's gonna be a video for me, boy. God damn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.